Hello, Ninetails here today, bringing you another Pokemon Black and White underused Wi-Fi battle with basically the same team. I added my Arcanine because I needed my Arcanine. So, anyway, let's get into it. He leads off with, I believe, a Mew, and I don't think this Mew is legit because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Mew cannot learn Fake Out. One, I don't think there's a TM for Fake Out, so odds of it learning it is not likely. And two, I don't see Fake Out on most Mews. So, I mean, if we could learn it, I bet I would see it more often. But anyway, it's not a huge factor. I switch out, U-turn out into my Empoleon. And he sets up Stealth Rock on the Switch. He U-turns out, and I'm gonna set up Stealth Rock on his Switch. So we both basically did the same thing there. He brings out his Leviathan, my low tick, and I set up my rocks, and yeah, I can't really touch this thing because I have Hydro Pump and Ice Beam. I'm going to try to go for a Roar, but he actually goes for a Dragon Tail, so yeah. I go into, he Dragon Tails me out into Sigilyph, and I'm actually going to go for an Energy Ball. And it's funny that I use Energy Ball more than anything else on this stupid Pokemon, because I actually thought about not putting Energy Ball and putting like Hidden Power Fire or something, but it's Energy Balls come in handy a lot. So anyway, since I do have Magic Guard, even if he gets the burn, it's not going to affect me. So he can't really recover stall me very well. So he switches out here finally and goes into Heracross to absorb the Energy Ball very nicely. Actually did more than I thought it would, but yeah. He goes for a Stone Edge because I didn't want to try to predict between Stone Edge and Night Slash. Could have gone either way. When I see he went for a Stone Edge, I go into Flygon because he's probably choiced in some way. And turns out I am right because he does switch out and goes into his Hitmontop. And Hitmontop is probably the biggest deal for me to take out right away. So I U-turn on the Switch because I knew he was going to switch out, and I'm going to go into my Froslass because I cannot have him rapid spinning all up in here. So, since I know he can't rapid spin, and I know he can't hit me with a fighting type move, he might go for a setup move or Sucker Punch. And he was going for a Toxic, so it's a good thing I taunted him. So, he goes for a Sucker Punch hoping that I would attack, but no, now I'm going to set up my Spikes. So, I'm setting up Spikes on the Rapid Spinner. Awesome. So, he switches out into his Houndoom, and I set up Spikes on the Switch also. And since I do not have my Focus Sash, I do not want to stay in and possibly take a Fire-type move. So, I'm going to go into my Arcanine to hopefully absorb the Fire-type move, but he actually goes for a Nasty Plot on the Switch, which is alright by me, because after Stealth Rock and one layer of Spikes, that'll my Extreme Speed will be in range to KO the Houndoom, surprisingly, and yeah, Adamant Life Orb Arcanine, it's awesome. So, he brings back his Heracross hopefully to revenge kill me, but after Stealth Rock and 2 layers of Spikes, I'll be able to be in range to KO him with another Extreme Speed. So, Arcanine, you are just being a boss this match, using your Extreme Speeds and stuff. Anyway, he brings back Hitmontop, gets the Intimidate after all this entry hazards. Hitmontop makes a great Rapid Spinner because it doesn't get hurt by Stealth Rock very much. Predicting his Rapid Spin, hopefully, I go in Froslass, and he actually uses Toxic, which I kind of predicted, but at the same time, I didn't want to risk him actually going for the Rapid Spin. So, there we go. And, yeah, he goes for a Sucker Punch, and I'm going to use a Destiny Bond. Hopefully that he'll take... hopeful that he will take me out with a Sucker Punch next turn, and he'll be taken out also. So I go for an Ice Beam, and he actually doesn't go for the Sucker Punch, and he goes for a Rapid Spin, and that does not work, because I'm a ghost. So anyway, I know I only have one more move left in me. He goes for another Sucker Punch, and I set up the all-powerful 3rd layer of Spikes, but unfortunately, that means I will not be able to take out his Rapid Spinner here and now. So I still really don't want my entry hazards blown away. So I go into Rose Raid, and I go for a Sleep Powder. Thank God it hit, because I would have had a lot harder time with this match if that had not hit. And I'm going to go for a Leaf Storm next turn, and I do not carry max special attack. I used to, but then I realized I should really have a bulkier set, so I invested more in HP. But I still have a lot of special attack, and Leaf Storm is very powerful, and it almost takes out the Hitmontop, and yeah. So anyway, he goes for a Sucker Punch here, but he's still asleep, so I hit the next Leaf Storm, and that's a good deal there. So anyway, his Hitmontop's finally down, so after I got that thing down, this game's actually going to be very easy, because I have 3 layers of spikes and Stealth Rock, which is going to be such a huge help. So, predicting the fake out, I go into my Empoleon, because it's Steel type, and will not take much from that. And, yeah. He goes for a Taunt, so this is a fully support set, which I don't like the support Mew sets, because you have so many moves available to you. I just make like a Sweeper Mew and just be done with it. I mean, but, you know, maybe that's why I don't use a Mew, because I try to use like a bunch of attacks that wouldn't end up being very good. But the funny thing here is that I went for a Roar and he taunted me, so I couldn't use Roar, but then he just used U-turn. So it's like, okay, that's basically what I wanted you to do. So yeah. I mean, his Milotic got killed by entry hazards. That's funny. And now he has his Nidoking, then Empoleon's a special wall. I have like, I think I have max special defense, almost max HP, and almost max defense. Well, neither of those are almost max, because then that would be too many EVs, wouldn't it? So, anyway, Taunt wears off, and his last Pokemon is Mew, and that will be killed by entry hazards, and then I win! So, anyway, that was a good game. I don't know who that was against. If they see the video, I'll contact them. Well, they'll contact me, and I will give them links and stuff. So, anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and see you guys later.